What's up, guys? We're doing question number 3, and let's get right into it. All right, guys, so we have just kind of a pure math one right here, okay? So we're given x must be greater than 1, and we have quantity A and quantity B, okay? And we have to figure out which of these quantities is greater, okay? And the thing here is that, we don't know what the value of x is, right? So if we're going to say quantity A or quantity B is greater, it has to be greater for every single case in which x is greater than 1, okay? So keep that in mind, all right? Okay, so here we go. So quantity A they give us, right, pretty straightforward, x divided by x plus 1, okay? And quantity B is negative x divided by 1 minus x, okay? So what I'm going to do with quantity B is I'm going to try to make it look a little bit simpler, okay? So we have negative x, 1 minus x, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to factor out, well, let's see here. How should I do this? I'm going to multiply both top and bottom by negative 1, okay? So remember, guys, I can do this because negative 1 divided by 1 is just 1, and 1 times any number is just the same number, right? So this is totally valid for me to do right now, okay? All right, guys, so what's negative 1 times negative x? It's just going to be x, and then we're going to need to distribute the negative 1 through here. So I'm going to get negative 1 plus x. All right, guys? So now I'm going to make it look even cleaner, and I'm going to say x divided by x minus 1, okay? All right, guys, so now what I'm going to do is let me just put these side by side so we can really get a good look at them, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have quantity A, which is x over x plus 1. Then I'm going to have quantity B, which is x over x minus 1. All right, guys, so now it should be pretty easy to look at these two values, or these two functions, and say, I wonder which one's going to be greater in every single case, okay? So 1, for A, right, we're adding 1 to x as x increases, right? So what does that mean? If I have some number, right, let's say x is 2, right? So if x is 2, I'm going to have 2 over 2 plus 1. It's going to be 2/3, right? So now if I plug it into b, right, to b, it's going to be 2 over 2 minus 1. So I'm going to get 2 over 1, okay? So guys, based off of this, we know that in this case, quantity B is always going to be bigger than quantity A because the denominator gets smaller, okay? And if the denominator gets smaller, that means the numerator is divided by a smaller number. And if you're dividing a number by a smaller number, then that number is going to be bigger than the one that's divided by a bigger number, okay? So therefore, quantity B is going to be bigger in all cases where x is greater than 1, okay? So guys, hopefully that made sense. If you have any questions, always feel free to comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.